and thank you for joining Afro Empress Tarot. I am doing your September 2018 reading. This is actually, I'll be honest, this is the third time that I actually attempted to do your reading. I have been really struggling with your energy for some reason. Like, I have no, I'm really struggling on even the messaging that I've been receiving for you guys. I don't know why. I don't know why that it's just so hard, but I just feel like that maybe everyone's going through a very difficult, where you're just kind of in the loss of desire and the loss of a lack of not being driven to go forward at this time. It's kind of like the energy, how I've been feeling about this reading is just like I would rather not do it. Like, it's just not going the way I want it to go, so I just don't want to do it. Like, that's kind of how I've been feeling throughout your readings. And like I said, this is the third attempt trying to. The moment, and I pretty much just waited until the mid-afternoon just to do your reading, but every single time I've attempted it so far, I've just been having to stop the whole recording and just like, what is going on? I have it's crazy. So when I first picked up your energy, and I asked Spirit, give me one word to describe the month of September for Leos, and the word was pride. And what I'm getting here is that, you know, me personally, when it comes to pride, it's, you know, all about the ego, and, you know, you have to remove the ego to find your true self and find your higher self. You have to remove the ego and the pride behind it, but there's nothing wrong with pride. And in this context, I don't feel like there's anything wrong with pride here. I feel like this is more like less about ego, more about, you know, being proud, having pride within yourself for all the achievements that you've had. That just, my eye went directly to this King of Cups that you guys have here, which kind of gives me the incentive, like, yeah, like, you are actually emotionally true to yourself, that you got things covered now more than you ever have emotionally. Like, things that you've been afraid of in the past no longer serves you anymore. You have let that go, and you're kind of just moving forward at this point, which is a fantastic thing, you know. I feel like you're just letting go of all the things that burden you. I feel like you're even letting go of something involving financial issues that you may have, or you may have had. I feel like a lot of the signs these days are struggling with a lot of financial issues. But I feel like for you guys, it's kind of like you're finally just letting go. You're just releasing it all, and just like, I'm just going to give this to the universe because it doesn't serve me. But, you know, and yeah, so like right now, I feel like there's a lot of solitude happening to you, and a lot of planning happening in the month of September, which is great. You know, that's fine that you need that, you know, step away from family, step away from your whole thing, and just learn as much as you can. I feel like there's a lot of learning and absorbing a lot of information that you are going to be receiving, or you have been receiving, especially in the month of September and mid-September. Just gathering information until you can make the right decisions. I feel like this is more of like an emotional thing for you. Like, you're emotionally, you know, gathering information to stabilize yourself. There may be someone coming forward to let you know, to reconnect with you at some point. There may have been some kind of disagreement with the water sign at some point in September, or there's going to be a water sign coming in for some of you, that that reaching out back to you about a certain situation that may have separated you guys in the past, a disagreement I'm feeling. And try not to manipulate the situation as well. I feel like some of you may be trying to manipulate the situation with that person to your benefit. You are a comforting, loving individual. Leo, you are the utmost gentle yet fierce. But try not to manipulate the situation. I feel like you're just be a comfort instead of being about yourself. But I feel like that's something to be prideful about. Is that people gravitate to you for your assistance, for your help. Yeah, people are drawn to you, and it's not your time to take advantage of it. I feel like some of you guys can come off as a little bit of a player. Some of you guys come off as like kind of a Casanova. That a attention getter, but it doesn't serve you in the long run. Only one that's going to get hurt is you in this circumstance. So I'm like, you have to keep that in mind, that I feel like with this month of September, for a lot of the signs, is about growth. So I feel like even for you guys, this is a growing situation where things, emotional ties and emotional things that you've been dealing with are finally ending. And you're starting a new beginning here. You're not necessarily following the direction that you need to be in when it comes to direction, your purpose. And for you to get back onto that track, you need to use your pride, use your talent of drawing people in, and your nurturing spirit these days to something better than using it for your own greater good. It's nice to have some level of pride in yourself, but and I mean, it's great that there's pride there. There's nothing wrong with it. Like I said from the beginning, I just feel like that right now, this is not a good time to manipulate. Like, I feel like for some of you, you're kind of manipulating the situation for your better benefit with some other people, different relationships. There's a lot of distance right now when it comes to relationships with family, conflicts that may have arisen. That are you feeling like someone has tried to take something from you or manipulate the situation here? For some of you, you've kind of been dropping the ball here. But juggling between your own emotions and family expectations. You've been kind of juggling both of them, and you're not doing it very successfully. But all I know is that get past what's in your mind, the fears that you've had, that the prejudgments of other people, what other people think of you, and stand there with your own pride that you have accomplished. Because I feel like some of you that have had where your family members or loved ones or your significant other in your relationship, they have kind of with unintentionally with good intentions have kind of brought you down by talking, telling you things and creating this fear in your mind that has kind of held you back from moving forward. And like I feel like you're not the feeling like you're not doing everything right, but just know this, that you are going into the right direction, and that things will get better. You have a plan, and as long as you have that plan, you can move forward with it. So just keep that in mind, because right now, you're in that space where you can step back and see this, what's happening, like especially in the month of September. You're going to be able to see what's happening more than you ever could before, with as far as other people. It may not be aware in the beginning of the month, but towards the end you will definitely be more aware. But you do need to come up with a plan and have some level of structure as well. Just try not to manipulate the situation. I feel like you've been feeling like you're not in the control that you need to be. And you're not listening to your own intuition here. Like, you get the gut feeling of what you need to do, but like you're not doing it. But come mid-September, you're definitely going to stop fighting and just step back and focus on what's important to you, and you will start to finally learn the things that you need to learn to move forward I feel like some of you for your career, and this is some of you for financial reasons, and some of you can be a relationship coming towards you. I feel like some of you are actually dealing with a water sign. Particularly what I'm picking up is a Pisces, and that you guys, that person that's coming towards you, this person is really good for you. They are ready for this commitment with you, and I feel like right now you are emotionally stable enough to deal with this. You've grown enough, to deal with this, to be in this relationship for some of you. But don't let the bad things that hurt in the bad memories and all that stuff, stop you from finding this, connection with someone. Some of you may go into seclusion because you are not trying to deal with the drama. And there also, for some of you, there may be a fire sign coming through that, kind of like a player, they come off charming and they're very in your face, hey, what's going on? But then again, they're also kind of like a Casanova as well. They're kind of they're play little players. So that's kind of what I'm getting with that as well. But also just follow your path. You're going in the right direction. Don't doubt yourself. Don't doubt yourself. Don't question yourself. The bad things are ending, and then there's a new beginning. Your thought process is changing, and you're finally seeing what you really have, and you're becoming more emotionally stable because of it. So be proud of that. And that's where I think that's where that pride came from. Be proud of that of your growth, of your emotional growth, of your stability, of your finding understanding, and standing your ground, and standing in your own space. And I would love to hear more about your stories in the comments. So if this resonates with you, I would love to hear about it in the comments. I love hearing those stories from other people when I go and I watch other readers and I see the stories from other people. I love that. So please leave your story in your comments below. I would love to hear from you. And also, if you want a personal reader from me, again, you can contact me at afroempresstarot@gmail.com, and we'll exchange info from there. I'm also setting up a scheduling system so that I will link it so either you're going to see my email or you're going to see the link with my information from there as well. So I hope to hear from you soon. Have a great day, Leo. See you next month. Bye.